Good evening, everybody. We're back for another show. This show is to promote and to inform everybody about the 205th birthday celebration of Frederick Douglass going down February 18th at 2 p.m. at the Avalon Theater. The show will be starring Phil Darius Wallace. He starred in Law and Order, The World We Make, uh, Damaged Goods, Queen Rising. He does TED Talks. He's an award-winning actor out of Tennessee. He also does speech, public speaking coaching. He's a well-rounded guy, and he's coming to the Easton to do a one-man show of Frederick Douglass along with Minister Sparks at the Avalon, February 18th at 6 p.m. Get your tickets now. Tickets are on sale at avalon.com. You can also, if you want to be a sponsor, you can you can go to our website fd.hill and send us a message. We'll get you out a sponsorship packet, and you can be one of our sponsors. Get your logo, put it on our all of our publications and whatnot, and get some tickets along to the VIP dinner where we'll be unveiling a 8 foot tall portrait of Frederick Douglass done by Oscar-winning artist Kazuhiro, who he's actually done all of the he did all the makeup for all the Men in Black movies. He did the makeup for Benjamin Button. He got an Oscar for Churchill. So and this artwork, this is a world premiere. Has not been premiered anywhere else in the nation, and it's going to be premiered first in the oldest free Black community still in existence in the United States in Easton, Maryland. So get your tickets at avalon.com. Regular tickets just for the show. Just if all you want to see is Darius Wallace, that's all you want to see. You don't want no food. You don't want to see no statue. You just come in for Darius. That's $65. It's gonna cost you 50. It's gonna cost $65. If you want to come and you want to see the show and you want to get the VIP dinner, sit down and have dinner with the Frederick Douglass family, that's $125 for the VIP tickets, and you will be a part of a history making piece of artwork in the Hill community. So, without further ado, live from Talbot County, Maryland, I'm going to bring in Mr. Darius Wallace.
Hey now.
What's going on, man?
Hey man, it's great. It's an honor, and it's very, very surreal to be here. I can't tell you just how blown away and how thankful and grateful that I've had an opportunity to meet you and your cousin Kevin and Kenneth. I've just been blessed to meet you guys and to be on your show in Talbot County. After having said that so many times through the years and playing your great uncle and Kevin and Kenneth's great grandfather as what can I say? It's just I'm just super honored and thankful, not just to perform but to also know you. I've gotten to know you over the months, and I really appreciate getting to know you. So
I appreciate, man. It's good. It was good getting to know you too, man. When I went to the event in Kent County, Maryland, up in Chestertown, and they said they had a fellow doing Frederick Douglass. Ordinarily, I don't attend the reenactors and this and the other, but I guess it was just a by chance thing or whatnot that I walked out. I went in there to and I seen you. I was like, wait a minute. This is not the usual ones that I've been seeing. This guy is actually good, very good. So and that's why I posed the question. How would you how would you feel to do that in Talbot County?
Oh, wow. I'm gonna tell you what, I actually I think I told you this story. I started off doing Frederick Douglass in elementary, middle, and high schools many years ago. And maybe about, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, maybe 10 years, 10, 12 years ago, I was just steadily traveling, performing on the East Coast. And I was following my list of schools I had to go to. And as I was driving, I saw the sign Talbot County. And I was like, wait, this is where Frederick Douglass, and I'm going to do Frederick Douglass at the school, right? I was like, wait, this is where he's. So I'm driving along, and then I stop and I see the sign Easton.
That's it.
And I found myself in I think it was an elementary school, and I was blown away. And I went over to Tuckahoe and walked around, went to the library there. So I was thankful then to just have been in the atmosphere. Um, and so here we are so many years later, and I'm having a chance to come back, but this time connected to the direct descendants of Frederick Douglass that's preserving his legacy. I mean, like I said, it's surreal, and I'm feeling so many things. I really don't know what to say, to be honest. It's just all amazing for me.
So, well, let's uh, let's start from the very beginning.
Hmm.
Um, and I want to get Kevin in on this conversation. Everybody, I'm going to introduce to you the two times great grandson of Frederick Douglass, Kevin Douglas Green, out of the great state of Tennessee.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hey, great to be here. Great to be anywhere.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
Yeah, so, Darius, tell us how you like where it all started for you. Not just with the acting, but what drew you to do Frederick Douglass and all the other iconic African American historical figures.
Well, well, many years ago, when I was a very, very young actor, I had just been kicked out of the house, and I was renting a room, and I was also a security guard. And at that time, I had a goatee, and I had glasses like Malcolm X, and the main security guard was Muslim, and he knew I was an actor, and he said, "Hey, have you ever done a one-person show on Malcolm X?" And I thought about it, and I was like, "No, I haven't." He said, "That'd be a good idea for you." So I took him up on it, and I found the local theater. Make a long story short, started doing Malcolm X. It was very successful, and then it turned into Malcolm and Martin Luther King over time. But the next character I wanted to do was Frederick Douglass. But at the time, his Frederick Douglass' life was so big, I didn't think that I was ready for it. And looks like I lost you guys. You guys still there?
Oh no, we're
The bell. And so I put it down. I decided not to do it at that time. And some time went along. About 7 or 8 years later, I read My Bondage and My Freedom. And I was so moved by that particular book. And I got the National Civil Rights Museum, the Lorraine Motel, the place where Martin Luther King was assassinated, is a museum now, the National Civil Rights Museum. They basically funded it, and I created Starry Road to Freedom, which was the life of Frederick Douglass. And the reason why I was drawn to all these men is because they transformed their lives through the power of the written and spoken word. And I started off performing it for young people because I wanted them to see that even though Frederick Douglass was born in horrible circumstances, he did not let that stop him. He's had it within him to overcome that and really be 200 years, in my opinion, ahead of his time. So I was drawn to Frederick Douglass, and I tell you, really, I only have ever touched the tip of the iceberg of this great man's life.
What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, just based on what especially when when Darius just said about him, just touched it, not even the tip of the iceberg. And so, like conversations that I often have with people in telling Douglas's story is that I often tell, don't have enough time. You don't have enough time to talk about Frederick Douglass. Yeah, hour ain't gonna do it, and so you just go for stuff that you think is important to you and that you think is going to be important to someone else. So appreciate you. Like I said, there's seen different, several different people and their passions. I got to applaud everyone, including you. That your passion to do that is something individual, and I always say that there are certain times you're doing stuff and the ancestors step in, and it's not you. It's the ancestors take control of you, and then when you're finished, you're like, wow, what just happened? So I'm sure that's happened to you, dealing with with the ancestors that you've taken under your wing to present to people.
Very true. Very true. Very true. There hasn't been a time in my life that I've done any of those characters, including Frederick Douglass, that I wasn't exhausted afterwards. And I do feel like I lose myself in the characters and telling this story. So, you're absolutely right about that.
So what was your, okay, like, I know like you do these shows, and so that there has to be a particular show or day or like venue somewhere you were at where you did this, where you did Frederick Douglass, and you was like, that was the one. Like,
Oh, wow.
like a like a boxer. If you like boxing, if you ask a boxer, what was your favorite knockout? What was your favorite one? Where were you at?
Oh, wow. That's a hard one because I've performed it all over the country for so many years. Oh man, I would say maybe two places, if you don't mind, two places. One was in Hudson, New York, where I performed for a theater there, where I did a version of the performance where I really felt. Matter of fact, there was a man that was in that performance that the second time was off Broadway. So the first time was there in Hudson, New York. We did a version of it adapted by Melania Levitsky called Becoming Frederick Douglass. And her husband at the time, Richard Emery, a very successful civil rights attorney, saw it and made a decision a few years later to produce my new show on Frederick Douglass called Self-Made Man, the Frederick Douglass story, inspired by his speech, Self-Made Man. And that was done off Broadway. And I would say that was the one, those two were the ones where I really felt the strongest about. Those were the championship fights. Hey, I have to, he's going to be nonchalant about it, but I just need him to see you. If you don't mind. Hey, Jada, come here. This is my 19-year-old. I just want him to see you guys, if you don't mind. But this here is the descendants of Frederick Douglass. So this is his, Kevin is his great grandson. You see him? You see how he looks like him? And
Come on,
then
man. Put your face in there. I can't see you, man. There you go.
he's a video editor. And then Terrence is his great nephew, Frederick Douglass. So Terrence and Kevin, this is my son, Jaden Wallace. And he's a great video editor, and he's going to GAD, which is a very famous film school in Atlanta.
Okay, so. Good. Nice to meet you,
man. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, no problem.
For you guys, you all just living life. But for us, it's it's like meeting Bruce Lee's family or something like that, or Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali's family. That's how much Frederick Douglass means to me. So I had to make sure my son met you guys.
Yeah, I have to often realize that's where we're at sometimes with this legacy, even though, I realize my everyday is my everyday. And then when I meet people that like you, that just has, esteem and everything, that understands the power of history, I have to be able to accept what people are seeing me and just be like, okay, just accept it and realize it is what it is. But that's, still, we still hold that humbleness in high esteem also.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Well, I need some more people to be astounded because we have these coffee mugs, that we $15. And you see all this stuff back there. That's all Frederick Douglass mural paraphernalia and stuff. We still got a whole lot of merch. Hit the website and hit the like button.
Yes.
So
Get some of that.
Get this stuff out of my den.
That's great.
Yeah. So the first person you go in and buy one online, and Terrence will mark your name. And when I get there next weekend, I'll sign it for you.
Boom! There you go. That's the idea. I ain't think of that.
Great idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm about to set up a table now.
You gotta learn how to brand market.
I'm trying to get rid of these things before they end up at the farmer's market.
Yeah. Get some autographed pieces.
Oh yes, tell Kenny to bring some of those new books. You see the new book?
Yeah, I've seen the new book. But I haven't gotten one yet either. So
the new family version of the narrative of Frederick Douglass is nice. The embossed cover and everything, real nice.
I have a write up in that one too.
I got the a few years ago. I had the opportunity to he hired me actually because he was the one that signed the check, and I didn't realize that. But we performed at the National Archives together, he and I. That was the first time I met Kenneth.
Okay, well, you'll see him again next week. But this particular show that we have on Saturday, next Saturday, explain to us what you're going to do on stage. This is a brand new script, never performed anywhere else.
Yeah, it's I know it doesn't have a title, but I think because I really have created sort of a new performance piece. The title that I'm going to call it is Sons of Thunder, and it basically is the quest for what true liberation is. And so within this collage of characters, they're all wanting to discover what is going to help us finally be free. And so there's an interaction between Frederick Douglass and the ghosts of Nat Turner on the night before Harper's Ferry. There's an interaction with Frederick Douglass that's historical and John Brown, or the night before the night of Harper's Ferry with Nat Turner, and then the night before Harper's Ferry with John Brown. And then we don't really know fully what they talked about, but there's a scene that I have between Frederick Douglass when he first went to the White House to meet Lincoln. And then, of course, I pass the baton on to another completely other actress that's going to come in as Harriet Tubman. But then when I come back, we'll move into more of me and my interaction with two other men from the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And with that performance, there'll be some of their speeches. There may be conversation, but there'll also be a little bit of spoken word. So it'll be a celebration of those ancestors in particular, and some discovery, hopefully, of what true liberation is, or continuing the question until we actually find it.
That sounds like it's going to be a real good show.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it.
I don't know if anybody here has ever seen Millicent Sparks in action, but Millicent Sparks is out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She does Harriet Tubman, and you won't find any footage of her online. She told me that she'd much rather save the goods and you see it in person, because there's nothing like, because she doesn't want you to get a certain idea of what she is or how she does it online, and then something totally different in person. And what's in person? I'm telling man that when I saw her at the Harriet Tubman statue unveiling in Cambridge, the Beacon of Hope statue, and she got up there by the statue, and she went into her thing. Man, I mean, she went into her bag. When she got done, man, she had you thinking she was Harriet Tubman.
Mm.
You know, you made you want to ask her, "Are you going north tonight?" And Minty, are you going north tonight? Because man, she was that good, you know. And just like you, you know, but you two together is going to be dynamite on that stage here in Easton at the Avalon Theater, and I think I know everybody's going to get their money's worth. They're going to be talking about this later. There's you. So you're in your spare time. You're into Tai Chi.
I am. I've been a martial. I mentioned Bruce Lee earlier. You know, Bruce Lee is what really got me into acting. My father took me to a movie theater back in the days when my movie was just in one movie theater. It was one movie. This was a long time ago. And I came back punching, screaming, and kicking. It was Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. And I wanted to be just like Bruce Lee. Found out he was a child actor, and then I got into acting. Got inspired by some of the other actors through the course of time, Sidney Poitier and many others. But I started taking Taekwondo, and actually I started fighting as a kickboxer at 13, believe it or not. And then I really got heavy into theater, and martial art just became more of a hobby. But in my young adulthood, as I was moving more into my career, I pulled further and further away. But about 13 years ago or so, no, actually 15 years ago, I was in a play and I injured my knees really bad. And I couldn't hardly bend my knees. So when I walked, I had sort of a Fred Sanford walk, you know, kind of side to side. I had to use a rail, you know, to climb the stairs, and started to, and I was fine with it. I was like, okay, this is it. This is how you get old. I'm old now, so I'm good. So I was walking around, you know, knees busted. But then a friend of mine, actor friend of mine, invited me to this Buddhist temple where they taught Tai Chi for free. And so I went to learn Tai Chi there. And I noticed over time, my knees started to heal. And so I was like, I'm going to keep practicing this. So I kept practicing the Tai Chi. And through the course of time, my knees completely healed. And now I'm more in shape now than I was 15 years ago. It was 2007 when I injured my knees. And then 2009, 10, where I started taking Tai Chi. And I'm in much more shape now than I was then. So yeah, I'm in love with Tai Chi.
Now, I was told that once you get so far in Tai Chi, you can actually use that for self-defense.
Oh, it is. Tai Chi means supreme ultimate. Tai Chi Chuan means supreme ultimate fist. And it basically, the true Tai Chi in fighting is not pretty at all. You know, the movement for health is just for health and to help you connect to the technique. But Tai Chi, when you watch it, it looks more like jujitsu and wrestling.
Oh.
So it's very, very ugly. It's meant to dislocate, break, and, you know, do horrible things to you. The real fighting. It's not for sport or anything like that. And there's a lot of power for true Tai Chi masters. There's a lot of power drawing from not just your own body, but for what's called Chi. And I've witnessed it, and it's pretty phenomenal. So
yeah, I took Wing Chun when I was living in Dover, up in Delaware. So I've seen that, you know, Chi done. I've had it done to me. So
yeah, yeah,
it doesn't feel good.
It doesn't. It hurts. Yeah. So, and my love of boxing has been since I was a kid. Did you know Muhammad Ali studied Wing Chun?
No, I did not know that.
Muhammad Ali.
I know Bruce Lee practiced it. Master Ip was a Wing Chun
That's
master.
Right. Yeah. Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali were going to do an exhibition fight, and I think Muhammad Ali wanted to understand what he knew, so he started studying Wing Chun. So when you watch Ali fight and somebody's punching and Ali punches over, the arm,
Right.
and he held his right here. That was the center line. That's Ali basically in the ring doing Wing Chun.
I never picked up on that.
Yeah. He studied it, and he studied some karate too. There was a Korean teacher here in Memphis actually that he and Bruce Lee trained with back in the early 70s. Elvis Presley actually trained with the same Korean martial artist that lived in Memphis. So it's an interesting connection there. And Bruce Lee also, his first martial art was Tai Chi because his father was a Tai Chi person, Bruce Lee's father.
So do you get to use any of this in any of the action scenes in any of your movies? Like was it Damaged Goods? I see that there's a fight scene in there. Did you?
Yeah, that's going to be that's a trailer. We still have yet to shoot it. We're shooting, the shoot date is March 3rd is when we start shooting the film. And yes, there will be, it's not a martial arts movie, but there will be martial arts in it. Matter of fact, I just had a conversation with the choreographer, Ryan. I can't think of Ryan's last name, but he's a martial artist. And the character that I'm playing is a boxer, but because I'm a martial artist, I said, can we add some Wing Chun in there? And can we add some of what I know and any other kind of martial art that might be appropriate? So I'm looking forward to that.
So, what can you tell the plot of that movie or no?
I'll say what I'll be able to say is it's a black film noir movie. You think film noir, think Chinatown, some of the old Humphrey Bogart movies, but it's a black film noir movie taking place in modern times with a black exploitation element to it. So it has a black gravitas to it, and it's about this man who's on the search for redemption because of a mistake that he's made, and he tries to gain that redemption by finding a woman's daughter who's been kidnapped. So,
okay, that trailer that's on Facebook that you put up, that music, that music gets you hype.
Yeah, we're hoping great music in there. We're hoping to have some great music in there. I'm excited. Daniel Farrar, just got off the phone with him. He's a new voice that's coming out and about, and so I'm helping produce the movie, but he's done a good job at really pushing to make this happen, and so we're all excited to get grooving with it.
Okay, so what is it like to work with Ice-T?
Oh, Ice-T is cool, man. He's like from the block. He's just like any cat on the street. You know what I mean? He's really laid back. I mean, he's cool. I felt at home with Ice-T. Like, I didn't feel any distance. To me, I was standing in front of a hip hop legend, but he didn't treat me that way. He treated me like an average, the average situation where you meet somebody cool from the neighborhood.
Right.
That's my experience with Ice-T. Just really laid back, man. I mean, a really good guy.
No crazy moments like you catch him saying something a little crazy, because he, because he's like cool guy from saying from back in the block where you sitting there, you sitting there, in between sets, you drinking some water, and he like, look at that one over there.
Yeah. He do little stuff like that. People come by, blow at him, be, oh, yo, what's up, man? What's up? Yeah. People come by, be like, Ice-T, while we were shooting. And he had to tell the director, he said, we were just rehearsing, but I was standing by this truck that I was supposed to own, this bus, and the character owned, and they had me outside because it was supposed to be at a car wash. So as we were doing it, they had me wiping the side of the bus with no towel. And he was like, you know what, man? He said, I don't think we should have him, messing around, wiping the side of the truck with no towel. And so they cut that part of it and just had me talk directly to them, which I appreciated because he was really looking out for me, so I didn't look like an idiot. You know what I mean? So he was cool, man. He was the thing that made my whole day is when we finished, for that shoot, it was their last day before a hiatus.
Mm.
They worked really, really hard on that show. And it was cold. So everybody really wanted to get through the day because it was going to be a several week, break.
Mm.
And a lot of times when you come on as an actor and you're only doing a day, if you don't know your stuff, you're going to hold the whole situation up. And fortunately, we were able to knock it out real quick. And Ice-T was really impressed with it. He says, "I'm going to be seeing you again." And then he said, "You're a premium actor." So, I really, appreciate it. And sure enough, I just did another episode, not of SVU, but of the other Law and Order show a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. That's saying a lot from somebody who went from not acting. He kind of followed the same path as Will Smith, but just didn't blow up as big.
Yeah, it's true.
I remember then a kid, he was like one of the first, he probably was the first single I ever bought with my own money. Ice-T.
Yeah.
You said single?
Yeah, single.
Yeah, sure. You can buy that one album just because of Ice-T. We're not going.
Yeah, dude. He's from New Jersey. East Coast.
Yeah. Hey, Ice-T is the man back in those days. I mean, he was the one. He was the one.
Back before New Jack City, when he was always in the news and everything for that one song. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
He did the song Cop Killer and he ends up playing a cop on TV.
I know everybody says that. That tripped me out too. But I hope to work with him and see him again. It was really cool working with him.
So who was your favorite, closest to A-list guy or woman that you ever worked with?
Closest to A-list. Oh wow. I would say I didn't have a direct scene with him, but he was in the same movie that I was in, and that's Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
Yeah, a movie called Brian Banks. And we were shooting the same day, so I had a chance to talk to him, shake his hand. He's nothing like how he is in the movies. The whole gravitas, not at all. He's more like Richard Pryor. Yeah, more like Richard Pryor. I'm not joking, man. He's crazy. He's absolutely has everybody on the floor laughing. He's completely wild. It's like a wild. I don't even know how to explain him, but he's a really great guy.
Man,
but
think about it. Think about it though. How many how many older uncles do you have that got those same eyes and their eyes, and every last one of them got nothing but jokes because they get when they tell you the eyes get big.
Yeah, that's him. That's Freeman.
And they got the moles on their face, and they get right in your face, and the eyes get big. And they say something crazy, have everybody in the room dying. That he looked just like that uncle.
Yeah, that's him. He's more like the.
I had an uncle like that. We was at my great grandmother's funeral, my grandma Pearl's funeral, and it was a long line to get in because she was the mother of the church. She lived to be 97 years old. Everybody knew Pearl Bailey, blah blah blah. And we sat outside with this one uncle. He passed away. I can't remember his name because I had so many because she had 12 kids. And he said he had them eyes and then moles on his face. He said, "Man, we're hurt. Get in here, man. It's raining. This cheap suit on. It's gonna shrink up."
Oh wow!
Well, Bailey's are crazy anyway, but it just seemed like all of them, all the like the craziest, wildest uncles got them the Morgan Freeman eyes, and when you can tell anybody something crazy because eyes get big.
Yeah, that's Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. That's funny. That kind of reminds me. I was keynoting in Washington D.C. one time, and Ozzie Davis was part of the event. And it turns out, as the keynote, I had to go after Ozzie, and I'm like, "How do you follow up Ozzie Davis?" And I'm like, "Serious?" And
Yeah.
so I
Oh,
was like so thrown off my speech that night that I was like, how do I follow Ozzie Davis? You don't, but it
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some video. I got some video footage of Kevin that you might want to study.
Oh.
Study. You can look at it. I don't wanna study.
No, remember the speech you gave at Asbury Church here in Easton?
At the church, yeah.
Yep.
Because because I started crying because I probably cry at every speech I give now. But anyway, it's
Well,
part
no,
of getting older the way I see it.
it was the authenticity. Like if you if you got to the point where you were like, you know, uh, started doing depictions of Frederick Douglass's descendants, like if you start doing Kenny,
Oh.
Kevin, and
Oh.
stuff like that. If it got to like if you want if you decide, well, I'm going to do a conference between Frederick and one of his descendants.
Oh, wow. That would be that's amazing.
Then to
That,
see Kevin at an emotional state, because I mean you have to see the video to see. I'm not going to say what led up to it, because I'm not going to say what led up to it, but not on here. But you have to, I got you go back and look at the video. Wait a minute, I don't have that video. No, yes I do. Yes I do. Yes I do. It's on my YouTube page. It live and in color. And
oh, wow.
and then there's no shaking. Your head didn't get cut off on this one. But
That would be fast.
I mean, just creative thinking, like
Yeah. I mean, that would be damn, that's really got me thinking. That would be fascinating to attempt to do something like that. I mean, really, even when you sent me, I can't remember which relative it was. I asked you the question, is there any record of what Grandma Betsy looked like? And you sent me a picture of one of your relatives. It was a dark-skinned woman.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Such a picture that show you what a contour of face probably look like.
yes, yep. And just that alone was fast because now I have a better visual in my head of what maybe she could have looked like by just having that picture.
Yeah, because
Uh,
that picture, that's like the typical Bailey woman's face down here.
said that, and that was the
The
reason why.
cheekbone
Yeah,
comes down
yeah.
slender to a slender chin.
And he described her as dark skinned and very strong looking, from what I understand. So yeah, it would be fascinating. I mean, to attempt something like that, it would be fascinating. But
Yeah.
I noticed that your family everybody has a sense of humor, which I love. So it makes me wonder about Frederick Douglass had to have had the same sense of humor. I mean, he had to. We see him serious all the time, but there had to have been this other side to him.
Kevin's great grandfathers and stuff used to ride on his back. He used to give horse rides in the middle of the living room. A mean man doesn't do that. My grandfather didn't give horse rides.
Okay.
And my grandfather actually spent time with him.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So
when in Washington D.C. So
That's
yeah.
amazing.
And there's very few Baileys that I know that don't have a sense. Now my grandfather was just mean. I mean, that was a mean man. I mean, he had a lot of jokes,
Uh-huh.
but that I found him to be mean. I was always getting my butt kicked, but then again, I was always doing something. So
Yeah.
on the way out, man, tell us what we what we got to look forward to for you, like after the 18th.
Yeah, after the 18th, I'm going to be in Walla Walla, Washington, at the Powerhouse Theater, doing another show that I've created that performs with an orchestra. That's called "My Words Are My Sword," and it was my response to the events of 2020, including the killing of George Floyd. And so it's a collage of myself along with some of the historical characters that I've played, but it has a lot more poetry in it, a lot more spoken word in it, and it performs with an orchestra. So I'll be doing that there on the 25th. And then, of course, Damaged Goods going to filming that March 3rd. And then after that, there's some things that are still in the works that are going to be coming out and I'm going to be doing. And I'll be able to let you guys know as those things unfold. So,
all right, cool. Anything, Kevin?
No, I'm just looking forward to seeing you next weekend and seeing your performance. But just like this just being able to hang out and talk and just learn things about each other and just kick it like that. So that's me, man.
I can guarantee you there'll be plenty of jokes.
And look, I'm looking forward I'm looking forward to that too. But I'm looking forward to just being connected. I'm so excited to be connected with you guys. I was glad to meet Shelly. Talked to her earlier today, and I don't know if I'm going to see her, the descendant of Nat Turner, but I'm looking forward to making a stronger connection with her too. So this is all exciting for me.
Yeah. Well, man, I don't want to hold you up for your next appointment. I'm glad to have you come on, everybody. This is Darius Wallace.
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
And he will be here on the 18th of February, 6 p.m. at the Avalon Theater, along with one of the elders of the family, Kevin Douglas Green. He's going to be in the house. He says he's going to sign sweatshirts. You buy sweatshirts, he's going to buy. He's going to sign them. Well, whatever size we got is what we got. I ain't gonna have time to order nothing else. It's too short notice. But whatever we got is what we got. I'm bringing every last one of them boxes. Hopefully, I don't come back with none. So, and my name is Terrence Bailey. We're gonna see y'all next Saturday. Get your tickets at AvalonTickets.com. Get the VIP tickets so you can see the unveiling of the statue by Oscar Award-winning artist Kazu Haro out of Los Angeles, California. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Have a good one.
Right. Y'all be well. See you soon.